Welcome. This is a new day, or an added day, I should say. I have been doing this live stream on Wednesday nights, not quite a year yet. I think it's about 10 months or so. And I had some requests to do it on a different day because the evenings are challenging sometimes, especially for the different time zones. So I'm going to give it a try and see how it works out on Sundays as well as Wednesday, so then I can get to a larger audience. So if for those of you who have never met me before, my name is Debbie Barnett, and I run the company called MahjCon, and I do events online and in person throughout the year, all Mahjong related. I'm just been playing since I'm in my 20s, teaching since 2006, love the game, love sharing my knowledge with others and helping people grow as players. Please check out my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Lots of great stuff on there, lots of great resources, videos. I do monthly special events. I have a 14 lesson series for anybody who says to you, I want to learn how to play. There's a way to learn through this very intimate, step-by-step 14 lesson series. So please visit YouTube, please subscribe to support me. And if, of course, you watch any of the videos on there, click the thumbs up to show that you like what you're watching. All right, so the way this works is I play against the advanced level bots at I Love Maj. And I'm going to take you into I Love Maj in just a minute. But the purpose of this is to build skills. And it keeps me on my toes because these bots are very, very challenging. So I get to refresh my skills and practice. I don't get to play a lot because I work more than I would like to. No, I love what I do. So, but I would like to be able to play more, but this gives me an opportunity to do that. And I'm still working at the same time. So that's very, very cool. And I'm going to go ahead and take you guys in there. If you have any questions, go ahead and write it in chat. I'll be watching the chat window. So let me go ahead and head over to I Love Maj and share my screen. So as I was saying, please put your comments in chat. I'm going to watch the Zoom chat and I watch YouTube chat windows for anybody who is going to make any kind of comments. Okay, so I Love Maj, if you guys have not played on this platform, if you play on another platform with your friends, or if you practice, it is a really great platform. I have played on many of them. I've compared them all. I have memberships to more than one because I do have friends that I meet on other platforms to play occasionally. But what I love about I Love Maj is that it has different level bots built into it. And you could start out with the beginner bots, move to the intermediate, and then the advanced. This really tests your skills because they really have intelligence built in that mimics a beginner, an intermediate, and an advanced player. Now, if you do want to try it out after you experience today's live stream, you can go to the video once it's up on my YouTube channel. And I usually have a beginning screen that shows the link, or you could go to the YouTube description for the video and click on the link, and it'll take you directly to get 3 weeks free under my affiliate. And I just encourage you to try it. There's no harm in trying it out. So you have your bots, you could schedule a game with friends, you could play at a personal table and create a personal table and invite your friends. And they also love the exercise room. And this is a great place to come in and practice your skills. So you can try it out. It is wonderful. So just let me give you an example of this make a hand one. When you're learning the card, which I tell everybody while I'm playing, it is so important to learn the card. Learning the card enables you to see so many more things. You know, we start out as a new player and we learn to do certain things with our tiles to be able to form hands. When you get to a more advanced level, you could look at the tiles and you could immediately see all of the different things without doing the steps that you have to do as a beginner. I mean, it takes time, and certainly when you want to get to another level with any game you play, whether it's bridge or chess or canasta, you have to practice and you have to go through certain steps to get to those levels. And Mahjong is a challenging game. So this is a wonderful way to go through the different sections on the card. You know, you could change your section here. So if you wanted to choose the consecutive run, or you just want to leave it where it was and go through every single section from the beginning to end, you could do it. And you just merely make the hands, and very easily, however you want. And I'll just show you, for instance, if I do a boo-boo, what happens here. And then you can see what will happen if I make a mistake. It says wrong combination of suits, and using a joker for a single and pair. So it pinpoints exactly what you messed up with. So then you could double click to get the tiles out, or you could drag them out. And then you could go back and say, okay, let me fix it. You could also drag the tiles in order to make it easier. And then pick your right tiles and then click validate again, and it'll say congratulations. This is a great way to strengthen learning the card in the hands. And then you could just go through. Like I said, you could start out at 2022 and just keep going next hand, next hand. This is the way I've always learned best. Even when I was studying as a kid, I would actually go through the exercise, but back then we didn't have computers, but I would write things down over and over again until I knew them by heart. So really, really great. And now I'll close out of here. There's other exercises. You could practice the Charleston, where you could practice it and then reuse the same tile to get a different outcome. It's really wonderful. This is a lot of fun. What hand is it? Another really great card strengthening exercise. So you're given a couple of choices here, and then you have to pick the section that it's in, and then you have to pick the hand that it is in within the section. Now, if you missed something, it'll tell you that you missed other opportunities. So if it's a hand that could be more than one thing, it'll let you know. So this is that's that. Fun, very fun. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to head over. If you do come to I Love Maj, for me, because I automatically get signed in, it takes me right into the play game launch pad, which is where you would be to play against the bots. And I am going to play an official game, which means that it's going to record my stats. If you wanted to come in and not have it record your wins and losses and what hands you won, you would click just for fun, and enabling practice mode gives you hand suggestions and a discard counter. So it's like using training wheels, and then you eventually take that off and then go from just for fun to recording official. Here are where you change the level bots. I'm going to do advanced. And that way I could make sure that I am teaching based on playing with top level players, and you hopefully get the most out of it. I have once in a while played against the intermediate. Sometimes I'll switch off to that as well. But anyway, here we are. I'm going to say no to this because if someone is online playing, and that has happened quite a bit with me, it'll bump me out of what I'm doing and get me into their table, and that would mess every single thing up. So we're not going to do that. We'll say no here. And if you messed up with the level or you decided you want to try a different level, you got the option to do it here again. This is a timer. Great if you want to time how long it takes you to make a decision when someone discards a tile. Now, this is a nice thing to do, to start out with 10 and work your way down. If you were to run out of time, there's also a pause button. So it's not like a do-all end-all situation. I keep it off because we talk through this and I don't want to be interrupted. So that's what I'll do. And welcome everybody who's watching from YouTube on this very hot and humid sunny afternoon in Central Florida. All right, so we're going to start the game here. And let me make this a little louder so you can hear the discards. I'll adjust it if you need it to be adjusted. All right, everybody give me a thumbs up that they can see the game board well. No problem. Excellent. All right. And there is a full screen mode. I forget to do it sometimes, but I like it. It gives a way bigger viewing area. And I sort my tiles by suit initially. And I stick my winds and dragons to the right, just the way I do it. People always ask me why. And there is kind of a good reasoning for this. It's because the winds and dragons are on the right side of the card and they have their own category. So I just stick them there. It doesn't mean that they're going to stay there or that I'm going to be playing one of those hands, but nonetheless, that's where I'm used to doing it. Okay, first thing after we sort is you want to take a look at your tiles to see if you have any multiples. And if you have a multiple, it is a great start and a great place to work off from. Remember that with Mahjong, things can change rapidly. What I mean by that is there have been times based on the tiles that I've gotten in that a pair that I kept ended up not even being something that I needed, and I ended up having to break it up. That's a possibility. It could happen. I just want to mention, but starting with your multiples is the best place to start. And then what I'll do from there is I'll look and see what I can work off of that multiple. So since 8 is an even number, 2, 4, 6, 8 would be something that I might look at and I might consider. But I only have one tile in 2, 4, 6, 8. So it doesn't give me a lot of butterflies in my stomach right now. You know, well, I shouldn't say butterflies. It kind of does give me butterflies. But anyway, it's not the greatest combination right now of tiles, being that there's only 1 4. So now what else could I possibly do with 8? What about like numbers? And I don't see any other like numbers in 8. So that's not a great opportunity. Now, what about addition hands? Oh, I have the same opportunity with the addition hands as I do with 2, 4, 6, 8. Not great. All right. Well, let's see. What else can we do with the 8s? I'm certainly not going to look at quints because I don't have any jokers. So I'm not even going to really pay attention to quints at this point. And what about consecutive run? So when I keep consecutive run numbers, and consecutive run is the most flexible section on the card, I keep 4 numbers maybe more, depending on the very first line under consecutive run, which is more than 4 numbers, 5, 1 through 5, or 5 through 9. But if I don't have a lot of those run, more than the 4 numbers, then I will just keep 4 numbers, and it doesn't matter what suits they are, but 4 numbers within that range. So 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9, that type of thing. Being that 8 is a high number, I don't have as much flexibility with a middle number where I could be keeping more tiles on the low end and high end of the run. So like if I had, you know, like let's say 4, 5, I could keep 3, 4, 5, and all of these here. All right, so that's what I would do there. And then what else could I keep with 8, 9? Well, I know that there is a hand with the matching dragon with 8, 9. And that's one of the reasons why I say to you that it's so important to know the card. So the third hand down under consecutive run calls for 2 numbers in a row with the matching dragon. So I would keep that as a possibility. Now, with that said, I look at the rest of what I have here right now, and I have way more stuff going on in the 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And okay, the 5 could also be kept here for 5, 6, 7, 8. That could be kept here. But if we take a look here, we have all of these numbers in 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And I just said to you before that sometimes these multiples don't necessarily work out. And this could be a situation where this happens, because I see once I put these together here, and even if I keep the 5, that I have all of these 1, 3, 5s. And if you look at the 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 section, they're split in 2. One's almost in 2, except for 3 hands, which uses all the numbers. 1, 3, 3, 5, the low end odds, and then you have 5, 7, 7, 9, the high end odds. And, you know, that would be a possibility to do something in the 1, 3, 5. Now I have Janet, who, hi Janet, nice to see you here, and Linda. Janet from YouTube was suggesting the 3 5s and the 2 dragons. Yes, and we're actually getting to all of those numbers right now, so stay tuned for that. So again, you've got lots of 1, 3, 5 going on here. One of my favorite hands, which is what Janet mentioned, is like numbers with the matching dragons. And that's the second hand under like numbers, and it is a concealed hand, so you can't call on it. So it could be a little bit of a tougher hand, but I love that hand, and it would definitely be something I would keep track of. So if I want to keep some of this 1, 3, 5, and these 5s here, what would be my best option? And this is when it gets a little bit tricky. Well, first of all, I'm going to put the south up there. I double clicked, or you could drag it up. I'm going to put the south up there for right now. And I'm going to talk about how can we preserve, and I honestly, my feeling is here, it could change completely, that this 8 and 9 thing is not, this 8 or any run with 8s is not going to work out, but I want to see if I could hold on to it just a little bit. So let's see. So if we were to do 1, 3, 5, I always think of the hands that I could do the 2 suits in, pung kong first. And that would mean 1, 3, and then 3, 5 in another suit, or 1, 3 in another suit with 3, 5. So that would mean I would want to probably keep these tiles here. And then the other thing I'll think about is the mixed suit run, which would be 1 crack, 3 dot. I have no bam. Oh, yes, I do. I have a bam. So I might have that opportunity. I have little teeny bits of a lot of stuff. I don't have a whole lot going on. And I can't keep every single thing if I decide not to go with these 8s. I think I'm going to actually get rid of the 7 and get rid of the 7 and get rid of the 4. And that leaves me an opportunity of 1, 3, 5 low end stuff. It gives me the opportunity of 5s with like numbers. And I could hang on to this just for a little bit, but I want to make sure I watch what I do with those 8s if I don't use them, because I don't want to get stuck passing a pair. First strategy mentioned right now is do not pass pairs in the Charleston. That's number 1. Do not pass pairs. Do not pass flowers unless you absolutely have to. There are times where you might end up getting stuck passing a flower. Maybe someone passed it to you and you're on the last across or a second left and your hand is beautiful. And because someone passed you a flower, you are going to have to break up something in your hand. That might be an exception for me to pass a flower, but try not to do that. Other than that, try to mix up, the tiles as far as suits, or not having, like 4 and 7, not worried about that. I don't worry a whole lot about the passes, other than I try not to give somebody a whole hand in a pass. And that would be something like, giving 1, 3, 5 or 7, 8, 9 in one suit, or, 3 5s. I don't mind passing 2 like numbers, but 3 like numbers would be really a gift. So we'll talk more about that as the passes come up. All right, so I did get a 3 crack, for our 1, 3, 3, 5. And now I have 2 1s, and that could be 1, 3, 3, 5. So I am really starting to get in a lot of the 1, 3, 5s going on. I could still keep those dragons for a little bit, but who knows, if I get another 1, like numbers may change from 5s to 1s. But I got a lot going on. I even now have a little bit more in the mixed suit run, but of course I need a pair of flowers for that. But I'm going to tell you, based on what I'm seeing here, and I have to let the tile speak to me, that these 8s are just not going to be working out. All right. Now, a lot of things to keep track of during this game, I know, but I gave a south on my first right, and someone gave me, Kurt on my left, gave me a south. That means there's a south out there already. But I'm not going to let that make a decision for me at this point to say you're going to hold the south and give away things that you want to keep. But I just like to be aware of it. So it gives me more information as we're playing, which is a good thing. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the south, and I'm going to break up here. Let's see, 1, 3, 3, 5 is a definite keep. 1, 3, and 5 is a definite keep. And I definitely want to keep the 1 just in case I get more 1s and like numbers works out. So I'm going to do this. Yeah, 8 and 9 is a run. It's not a run, but it's 2 in a row, 2 consecutive numbers. So yeah, it is a nice pass, but I'm not going to worry too much about it because I want to build my hands. All right, I'm going to try to do my best with not doing, like I said, the pairs and the flowers for sure. And also with wins, I try to mix those up and break them up if I can. All right, so let's see what happens here. All right, now the South has come back, which means that it's a very good possibility. When I gave it to Amistad on my right, he gave it to, well, no, because he would have been going after the first right, he would have been going across. So I'm a little lost with where that could have come from, or if there's a third South. Oh, that would be crazy. But again, I am not going to worry too much about it. I got to tell you though, the 8 BAM, if I can help it, I'll hold on to it because I know it's out there. Unless it comes back to me again and I have a good feeling nobody's playing it, this could be my first left, or I could actually do a blind pass, but I want to get the most out of my tiles. I want to maximize what I get in. So I'm going to go ahead and pass that. And I got a 4. So there's the 4 going around. Okay, let's talk about continuing. Now let's look. We got a 7 dot and a 7 crack. We have so many 1, 3, 5, 7, 9s going on here. I'm not so sure that these dragons are going to work out tremendously, but I want to look and see what else. Yeah, I don't know if I should keep them and maybe think of a mixed suit 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, or even the 1 suit 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, which is the first line. And I didn't get more 5s. I didn't get more 1s. That's a concealed hand with the dragons. Nonetheless, I have to continue the Charleston. And this is strategy number 2 that's coming up today. And that is, you do not stop the Charleston because you're confused about what you're doing. You stop the Charleston if you have one great hand that is forming, one fantastic hand that is forming. And since nothing's happening and I'm not feeling real bubbly about these dragons, I might keep those 7s for just a bit to see if I get more in 7s and 9s. I don't know. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to say continue. And I'm going to pass this. I think this and this for the second left. That's a nice pass, but again, I'm not worrying too much about it. I did get a 9, and now we're on the second across. So if I were to try a mixed suit run as well, and keeping that in mind, there we have a no gap. And when I say no gaps, there's nothing, there's a piece of every part of every grouping. So we've got our pair, we've got one of the pungs, we've got one of the kongs for the 5s, we've got one of the 7s for the pung, and we have one of the 9s for the pairs. Could be very well that this develops. So since I have the 7 and 9 here and I have all of that, maybe what I'll do is not keep the 7 dot and forget about the 1 suit run, since I don't even have 9 dots, and do this for my next across. And I know I could keep the 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I could. But now I'm going to be getting away from my 1, 3, 5s. And so sometimes, you know, you could start thinking and start moving to another direction try not to get too much going on so you don't get too off of what you're trying to accomplish. All right, so we'll hit pass here. And, you know, I got a 1, okay? Okay, wouldn't you know it, I got the other 1 in and I gave up those, the dragons, but that's okay, because I still could consider like numbers line number 1 if I really, really wanted to. Now, you notice I didn't give away that other 8 BM and nobody sent it around again. I haven't received it back at all. So we'll talk about escalating discards in a moment, but I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these 2. And I'm still going to keep everything else here right now. And we got a lot going on with these tiles right now in my hand.
Pass.
All right, well, the wrong suit for the 7 there. And you know, I could keep and start thinking about 5, 7, 7, 9s, but I'm not going to go with those 2 suit runs in the upper numbers. The only reason I kept some of the higher numbers was potentially for a mixed suit line number 1, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 run. So I'm going to do 2. I'm going to still keep that 8 BM. And I got back another 7 and 1 of the dragons. All right. Well, we're going to have a lot to keep track of here. All right. Now, let's talk about discards. Next strategy. How do you discard? Now, there might be other instructors that teach different things, because I've had people mention certain things to me. You know, like, oh, I was always told to do this or that or whatever. Look, it's great to hear a lot of different ways of doing things so you can then make up your mind as to what might be the best choice. First thing is, because I got rid of the 8 BAM, which is part of the pair, part of the pair that I had, I'm going to escalate and discard that 8 BAM first. It's going to be my very first tile. The thinking behind that is somebody else kept an 8 BAM. If they're playing with 8 BAMs, the earlier you get tiles out, the harder it is for people to call, because they're not set up to call early. Well, they may be. I have no guarantee. But statistically speaking, they're not. If they are, they're lucky and they have picked these other, they already had other 8 BAMs or lots of jokers in their hand, and maybe they're going to call it early. Calling it early is a good thing for a lot of reasons. One is you're not holding it and they're not calling it later for Mahjong. 2 is they're exposing, so you now have a little bit of hint about what's going on, not a lot yet with 1 exposure, but nonetheless, it's still forcing them to maybe call it now. And if they can't call it, you've gotten a tile out that they needed. So all positives for getting that escalated. So we're going to go ahead. If the volume is not good, please put it in chat that I need to put it up. So during the first phase of the game, which is the begin game, or about 33 tiles, you don't need to look at every single thing you discard. That helps speed the game up. It's too early at this point to worry about what you're throwing as far as thinking somebody needs it. You don't want to think that way in this part of the game. Nonetheless, I don't need this, so this has been discarded and I'm going to ignore it. And there goes that 7 BAM, a flower early. Okay, and of course, I'm going to get in a ton of I'm going to get so many high-end 5, 7, 9s now, it's not going to even be funny. So it's crazy. But I'm going to get the red out. I sent the red out. I got it back. It went out kind of late. So I'm thinking I want to get that out. I also like to get out fresh tiles that are not yet discarded, and then I'll double them up as I run out of discards that are not seen. Well, there's a 9 BAM and there's a 7 BAM and whatever. One crack, I'd love it in my hand, but I don't have any jokers. Now, let's take a look at the 1, 3, 5, just for the heck of it, because I am jokerless. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 hand, the jokerless hands. Okay, move out of the way. There we go. Just to keep an eye on it. You know, I know I messed everything up here, but right now I've got a little bit of everything. I might keep an eye on a singles and pairs hand. But it's a more advanced thing to do, but why not? You don't have any jokers. I always say you could do it. Singles and pairs are baby bits of the bigger hands, easy to switch into something else if your hand goes dead. All right, so I can't call anything, no jokers.
9 crack.
And a 9 crack. All right, so I'm going to just keep going with my, where I'm just going to stay with my 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And that way I don't have to think about it. There's a 7 dot. All right, we have a call here. So we don't know what Amistad is playing, but you could, with a 4, a Kong of soaps, you have a good idea, better than a lot of other exposures, what might be being played. So it's good for you to take a look and think, oh, it could be line 1 of 2023. It could be line 5 of 2, 4, 6, 8. It could be line 3 of consecutive run. It could be line 6 of the Winds and Dragons. So there's a lot. And it could be line 5 of 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So there's a lot of things right now. Till that next exposure goes up, we're not going to really know. All right, there goes 1 bam again. I want that 1 bam possibly, but I can't call it.
3 dots.
And there goes another tile of mine. I can't call it. Good thing that these tiles are going out early for the other players because they're making my hand that much harder. All right, winds. Now, winds were going around. And I only see that one south that's up there. So I'm going to get the winds out. That's a great tile to escalate out. Winds should go out early with the pungs of winds. Winds this year are extremely popular.
8 crack.
And there's another south.
East.
And an east. All right, there goes a 9 dot. And if I could pull off a 7 dot, and I need a pair of 1s and 9 cracks for that singles and pairs hand, that would be really nice. All right, what if I wanted to keep an eye on it just for the heck of it? Let's see what would happen here. What do I want to keep? I want to keep my pung kong option. So 1, 3 dot 3, 5 crack open. 1, 3, my 5 bam, and 7 and 9 crack open for the mixed suit first line. So maybe in this particular case, let me see, did somebody message me? Oh, so Patty wants to know if I decided what your hand is going to be. Nope, good question, Patty. And that leads me to another strategy option to answer. I have not picked a hand yet. It's too early to pick a hand. I have lots going on in 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, but I don't have anything that am settling in on yet at all. I'm right now trying to pick apart what I could keep for certain hands and get rid of what I don't need. So I'm thinking the 7 bam will be my choice, because that leaves me 1, 3, 3, 5 pung kwang options. It leaves me the mixed suit first line with 1s and 3 dots, 5 bam, 7 and 9 crack. Gives me a little bit of a good amount, or let me see if I wanted to keep, no, because there's 1 9 out already. So I don't know. So either I could do mixed suit 2 ways, but I can't keep everything. So let me think about what I want to get rid of. Which one makes most sense? 1 3 5. I guess the 7 bam I'll do.
7 bam, 5 bam.
This is there goes 1 5 bam. It's like all my tiles that I really want in my hand are going out. All right, so there's a flower. Now we could talk a little bit about flower strategy. I like to keep flowers until the start of the end game, which is the last 33 tiles. And the reason is, but I will pay attention to what's going on around me. It might go out earlier, but this works really well. If someone else discards a flower and it is needed, and someone puts it up with a joker for one of the Kongs of flowers, I will hold on to that to use it to do a joker swap. And it works a lot of the time, not all the time, but a lot of the time. I also am going to keep it because I don't know if I'm going to use it. So probably the first and most important reason, okay? If I want to do the 1 3 5 mixed suit under 1 3 5 7 9, which is line 3, I need the flower. Okay, very little pieces of the hand. And yes, my tiles are going out pretty quickly, but now I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the 9 bam because I still have enough going on in here with lots of things. Line 1, 1 3 5 7 9, right side mixed suit run. Line 2, pung kong, in 1s, 3s, 3s and 5s. Line 3, maybe singles and pairs. I mean, I can't even pick a hand yet. Wish I could.
9 bam, 1 dot.
And there goes a 1 dot. Okay, now, if I wanted to lock in something, I could certainly lock in something right now, but it would not make sense. This is another strategy. Too early to call. Okay, newer players get very excited and they want to call. So they'll call it because they'll be like, sometimes they've already focused in on one hand. Let's just say they focused in on 1 3 3 5 right there. And they're like, well, I only need 3 1 dots. I'm going to go ahead and call it. What happens when you do that is you've locked yourself into one hand really early, and now you can't get out of it if other things start happening. So as much as I want it and I need it, I can't call it. I can, I don't want to. So that's the deal right now. Hard decision, but I don't want it. It's too early for me to lock into anything. Let's see how many more of my tiles go out. Well, there's the second 7 dot towards the potential singles and pairs, which would have been very pretty. But I can't commit to that unless I get another couple of pairs toward it. So I wouldn't even consider it. So anyway, I got to ignore. All right, there's another flower. Now, let's see about, now that we got 2 flowers, we could look at the third hand from the bottom, and it's a slight possibility that could work out as well. We need a pair of 3s. There's 1 out, but there's another hand forming in 1 3 5 7 9. So we have another hand that's popped into my head because I didn't have any flowers earlier. Now I got flowers. Wow. So what in the world do we do with this stuff? Well, I probably don't need the 1 bam based on every other hand we talked about. 1 3 5 7 9. Nope. The one bam is going to be the one that goes right now. Here we go.
1 bam. 6 dots.
How about a few jokers? So there's a 5, and that's the second 5 that's gone out. So my mixed suit, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, is just gotten even weaker. Because now I need to cover, since 2 are out and I know there's only 1 left, I need to cover that Kong with 2 jokers to make that hand. So that's just gotten a lot weaker for me. So it's going to be kind of going down toward the bottom of my potentials at this point. So I got to ignore. These players are just getting rid of everything I need. I'm not playing evens. Don't have to think about it right now. There goes another 1 dot. Wow. I'm not calling it though. I'm not getting stuck into something at this point. We're almost into the middle game. We're still in the begin game. If worse comes to worse and my hand does not come into play at all and I just don't get jokers and I don't get more tiles that I need, I'll play defensively. And that's also a very important part of this game. You don't win every hand. So it's not always about winning, but it's also about avoiding others from winning. I'm just going to hit ignore. I wish I could call it. It's just not making much sense here. There goes a green. Is it the first green? Is it the green that went around? Maybe. Another 7 bam. Not using it. All right, get that out right away. I'm feeling like nobody's playing wins. All right, we have a Kong of 4 cracks, but don't know what Kurt could be doing with that at all. Oh my God, I got my first joker. Well, woohoo, lovely, lovely. Now we want to break it down a little bit more. So if I want to keep 1, 3, let's see. If I want to keep 1 with the flowers, 1 3 dot and the 2 5s, I need to keep those. I have to worry about the 3 dot, of course. I have to get that 3 dot or be set for Mahjong in order to play that third hand from the bottom. But I need a good backup. And so my good backup would be 1 3 dot and 3 and 5 crack, which would be that pung kwong. But then I'm not using my flowers. The 4th hand down with 1 3 5s would need matching dragons. That's not going to work there. And let's see what else. So it looks like I'm going to end up keeping, maybe I should have kept the 1 bam, but there was 1 out already for like numbers, but can't keep everything. All right, let's see. 1 3. If there's anything else that would look good, 1 3 5 7 and 9. We do have, but that's no flowers. I'd like to try and utilize our flowers if I can. So we're going to keep the 5s. We're going to keep the 3 crack for the mixed suit. And I think I'm going to, all right. I'm going to give up on the singles and pairs now that I have 2 flowers and a joker. And I think I'll just keep going with what about the concealed hand, 1 3 5 5 7 9. Let's look at that one too. Now that flower, well, those don't need flowers. So, 1 3 5 5 7 9, those don't require flowers. Wow. All right, here we go. I'm going to get rid of, as much as I don't want to even think about giving up those flowers, I want to keep an eye on that bottom concealed hand. under 135579, just for the heck of it. Oh, we have so much and so little of everything. The 9 dot, I'm getting rid of it. I don't think it's going to work out at all for anything.
9 dots.
Oh, thank you. That gives me satisfaction. Another 7 bam. It wasn't meant for me. A 5 crack. Look at all my tiles just go out. Oh, another joker. Okay, that helps a lot. Oh, wow. Now, let's see. Let's look at that one bottom hand, 13579. 1, 3, 5. 5, 7, 9. No gaps at all. So we've got a piece of everything. And we've got the most important part of that hand, which is the single number. Of course, the jokers can be used wherever we want, right? Beautiful. It looks beautiful. I'm sad about this, but what if we want to keep an eye on the one that we talked about, which is the 1, 3, 5, and 5. That's also no gaps, but that 3 dot is a little troubling. All right, so if we're going to keep track of the bottom hand, we need all of the cracks and the dots. 1, 3, 5, and 5, 7, 9 up to here. Okay. If we want to keep track of the third from the bottom, 1, 3 with the pungs of 5s, I need this. If we want to keep track of a 2 suit pung kong, 1, 3, 3, 5, I need that. Yeah, this is a lot to wrap your brain around, okay? I'm having a hard time. I'm getting old, okay? You know, guys, you relate, I hope. I'm getting up there, so this is a lot to keep track of. But how am I going to keep all of this? I can't. That means I need it all. What I just did shows that I need every single thing. Well, what makes most sense? The bottom concealed hand cannot be called. So maybe that's the hand I need to give up. All right? So I kind of wish I kept, well, kind of wish I kept the green dragon, but I didn't really know that back then, but I should have, because I like that 4th hand from the bottom or 5th hand from the top. That could have been a potential with greens. Maybe I'll get a green back. Okay, my decision is 9 and 7 are going to be the next to go, and I'm sticking with the low ends. I'm going to abandon the idea of the concealed bottom hand. I just don't have enough of everything. I have one of everything with a pair of flowers and a pair of ones. Goodbye, 9 crack.
9 green.
I agree, Jane. Jane says, but we need this time too. Oh, there goes the green. I was thinking, wouldn't it be nice if I got it?
Joker swap. Big spot.
Oh, somebody took the joker. I was hoping for it.
7 dots.
A 7 dot. Oh, a 7 crack. I don't need it at all. I'm not keeping anything in that area. So it's going to go. I'm not switching out. I'm not even thinking about it. So I have to, would be nice to get if somebody called it and I got a joker swap right now. So we're at 55 tiles. We're now into the middle game, which is until 33 tiles are left. So think of it 33, 33, 33 after the deal. Easy to keep track of what phase of the game you're in. Still don't have to worry a lot about what we're throwing. You still can go quick because there's only a couple exposures up. But as it gets closer to the end game and there are more exposures up and you can't account for certain tiles, it gets a little bit riskier. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and let's see. We talked about 1335, keeping that 1355. And I don't think the one crack, I don't think like numbers is in my future here. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to save the 7 crack for a teeny bit more. None are out. Maybe somebody's playing it. Maybe somebody will call it, and I'll get to do joker swap, joker bait. If you guys have heard of that term, coined by Tom Sloper. Okay, ready? We're going to go with this out first. I hope I'm not going to regret it. But here we go. I don't oh, good. See? Yeah, it lets me know I did the right thing in a way. Oh, there's a 5. All right. Now, what would we do there? Well, we were talking about 1355, but it's the wrong 5. Let's see what else. Oh, there's so many hands I coulda, shoulda, woulda, but tiles are out. See, that's the problem this year. They don't have the same suit for 135. Ooh. If I had known I was going to get a 5 dot, I would have kept the 1 crack and maybe switched out to 1335 with the 1 cracks, 3 cracks, 3 dots, and 5 dots. But guess what? I can't keep every single thing that's going on. All right, we're going to dump the 7s right now. Okay, let's see if anybody calls it. None are out. Pray for a call with the joker.
7, 5, 5.
And that's what we wanted to happen. Okay, you just saw a strategy actually play out right in front of you. And of course, there goes a 5. So here's the deal. If I wanted to go for the 1355, I could call the 5. And I could also swap the joker, and I'll get another joker in my hand, and then pray that I get that 3 dot. And honestly, it might be a wise thing to do. I wish that if I called that 5, there was another hand I could play with that hung of 5s, because sometimes you can do that, and it's really cool when you can call something and it works for 2 hands. But you know what? Let's give it a try. I have all of this right now toward that hand. It is risky. I would love to have had that 3 in my hand. God, I hope that Amistad's not playing with 3s and 4s or 2s and 3s, which would be that 3rd hand down. But let me call it. Let's try it. Let's take a chance. Why not? All right. I'm calling for a pung. I'm going to ask Annie, which in person, the way you want to do this, here's another little kind of, not really strategy, but rule. Annie, may I have your joker, please? It is recommended that you always do a hand-to-hand exchange. And of course, I always like to ask nicely instead of grabbing someone's joker, because you're not supposed to touch anybody else's tiles. But in this world, I have to touch it because we're on the computer. So, Annie, may I have your joker, please? Thank you so much. And I now have the ability to call the 5 crack, a flower, and pray that I get that 3 dot. I'm going to throw the 3 crack first. I've had it in my hand. It is not on the discard table, which means that I need to escalate that now. And the 5 dots are also not out, which maybe somebody will call it and give me another joker exchange. but the 3 to me is the most important because it's a single. So we're going to get that out and hope that it's not a mahjong for anybody. No. All right, he's not playing what I thought he was. Let's figure it out. Now you could figure out what he's playing. I'm going to give you guys a chance to take a look. If you know what it is, put it in chat and just say hand number or section number, blah, 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 line number, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Yeah, Shirley said if I throw the 3s, I might be playing into Amistad's hand. Yeah, I was worried about that, but I'm very happy that he's playing with different. Who's just coming in? Oh, I got another person coming in right now. Who came in? Hi, Phyllis. Oh, hello, hello, everybody who's just joined recently. Okay, so anyway, you guys figured it out, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, line 5. Okay. That's one item. What else? What else could he be playing? Oh, I got a couple answers. Line 1, 2023. Okay. So now we know there are 2 potential hands that they could be playing. If you really want to get, of course, the 2s could be either hand in that suit. We don't know about the 8s and BAMs. You could look at the discards and check it out. There are 2 8 BAMs out already. Doesn't mean that he's not playing it if he's got jokers. And are there any 2s of dots for the first hand? 2 dots are not out. There's 1 3 dot out. I have 1 3 dot. Ooh, Amistad. If Amistad is playing with dots, with 3s, my hand could be in trouble. Oh, okay, ignore. Wow, I guess the 3 cracks were not needed. Oh, okay.
8 dots.
Now the 5 dots for the hopeful joker bait. I'm not going to hold it too much longer. I do like to get it out before we get into the end game, which is the 33 tiles. So
9 BAMs. 8 cracks.
I'll do it on the next pass, the next hand.
8 dots. 1 BAM. 2 BAMs.
All right, so that's a safe one because he's got his out. And there's a 5 crack. All right. Oh, here we go. 5 dot. Call it, somebody. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Could you believe this? All right, now here's the challenge. I need a 3 dot. So I don't even need that joker, but here's the reason I would take it and discard it if I don't need it, because I need that single 3. I have 1 in my hand and there are none on the board. Here's another strategy, opportunity. If I don't call the 5, somebody else is going to grab it. And I could worry about him making him jokerless. Yeah, I could. But most people won't worry about that with 2 exposures up. And if I don't grab it, if I'm missing it, please let me know. Oh, somebody said consecutive run line 3. Amistad would need a Kong of 2s with that hand. And they're the opposite. They're the matching dragon, so that wouldn't work. Well, here's the deal. I have everything covered for the flowers, Linda, right now, right?
Yeah.
And I do need the 3 dots. So once I call this, so let me call this first. All right, hung. So if I just take this, I now prevent somebody else from getting this joker. Somebody's going to know what I need. That's a little drawback there. So and in all honesty, at this point, we're at 38 tiles. We're almost in the end game. Unless somebody's hand is really set, they probably won't take a chance and throw a 3 dot. The ones, there's 2 out. So they're going to have a very good idea, thinking I need that 3 dot. But it's still, I still feel like it might be the smarter thing to do. I guess you could look at it both ways. Oh, Linda, yeah. So if I get the 5 dot, I'm going to discard it because I don't need it, but I'm going to prevent someone else. So Linda was asking about that. All right, so I'm going to do that. And we just hope for the best.
Joker small.
And now I'm going to discard it.
Joker.
Now I am on, well, I always say on call, but I grew up with that term and not everybody knows it. So if you hear me say I'm on call, it means I'm set to Maj, and I'm set to Maj with a 3 dot.
5 dots. 2 dots.
3 bam. Don't think we need to worry about that too much at all. So let's see how many were out. How come I feel like I don't remember them? No, this is a hot tile. All right, so 34 tiles left. This is a time where I am so close. I would not yet break my hand up. I just have to pray that it's not a Mahjong tile, but it is definitely a hot one. And so Kurt could be playing, let's see. Oh, wait, let's look at what Yanni's playing. 5, 7, 7, 9, 5 dot, 7 dot. Nope, it's not 5, 7, 7, 9. It's 5. No, it's not 5, 6, 7, 8. What the heck are they playing here? 5 and 7s. 5, 4, 5. No. Oh my goodness. 5, 7. Oh, I know what it is. No, that's not it either. Let me see. 5, 6, 5, 6. Yeah, the bot, Shirley said the bots will keep the 3 dots, I'm sure. That's why I'm going to have to pick it. All right, Annie's hand. Why am I missing what they're playing? I need your help out there. You guys, can you see it?
No.
Odd second line. 5, 6. Huh. I don't see it. 4, no. It has to be Pung Kong. 5, 6, 7, 8. Pung Kong, Pung Kong. Line 4. Oh, line 4. Line 4. Oh, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Carol, thank you. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the 4th hand down. That hand, I don't remember that hand being on a card at least in the past 10 years. And that is a hand that's not easy to make. But yes, that is it. Which means 3 dots, 4 dots, and I could be in trouble. Ooh. All right, let's get this out.
Revamp Mahjong.
Oh,
Uh,
Okay, kind of was not too worried about it, but that's the tile that went out. Okay, well, it was a good go. So that was the first hand, 2023. They were not playing dots, they were doing the BAMs, and there was my 3 dot there, that line 4, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if the other one, oh, way down here. Oh my goodness. I know. Way, way, way down. I know, it's true. Linda said I came a crazy long way from the start. Okay, so, you know, you're not going to always have to pull your hair out on every hand like I did with this one. But I do have to say, for those that are new today, that on Wednesday nights when I play, I usually have pretty damn challenging hands. It's almost like the Mahjong gods are saying, well, you're doing this so you can teach, so you might as well have a lot of teaching moments and not have easy hands coming your way. But look at how nicely it did come in from how little that I had. And if I had committed and called a tile early on, I would never have been able to switch around and make these additional decisions. So Shirley said those tiles you want are always at the end. Yeah, tough. All right, let's see. This Kurt was playing addition hands line 4. 4 plus 4 equals 8. We kind of thought about that for a brief moment while we were putting hands together. And Phyllis said she made Annie's hand yesterday. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That's a really, really, really pretty hand. All right, let's do it again.
Charleston.
No jokers again. I don't know what is with these no joker things. Not liking that. I want to have a ton of them. And I don't even have any duplicates. Here we go again. How much fun is this? All right, so when I don't have any duplicates, I almost feel that it's easier to put things in odds and evens and then just see what happens from there to see what you have more of. And in this particular case, I do have a little bit more on the even side here. And so I'll probably, let's see if we put the evens here, and then like numbers, I only have the 4s, but I do have 4 plus 4 equals 8. And if I'm going to keep the evens, that can be an option in there as well with that. And then off of those evens and potential like numbers and addition hands, I'm going to keep this. I try not to pass soaps if I can avoid it, because it does have a dual role. It's the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde tile. Turns into a 0 for the year hands. So I do try my best. So if I want to keep the evens, because I do have one more of evens than odds, I probably will keep any run sequence that works off of those numbers, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have a bunch. I don't think about them having to be in the same suit or different suits or anything like that at this point. I just go ahead and, you know, collect them. All right, so I think for this opportunity, I'm going to go ahead with the with this. And since it's not a north and south or an east or west, I'm okay with passing the 2 winds. Most people either more often play the second hand than they do the first with all the winds, but let's see. I'm going to take a chance. Wouldn't you know it, I get a 1. And then I got a 4 back. Now I have to think about, well, is there a reason I might want to keep, you know, the 1s and see if I get 2s for 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, it popped in my head. I wouldn't keep the 4 crack, because if I were to do 1, 2, 3, 4, I'd use what I have already. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. Not a lot going on here. I'm going to give up the 4 plus 4 equals 8 option, I think, and now I'm going to concentrate more on maybe a run happening here, since I got that pair of 1s in. So my mind has changed already, because after every pass, you have to reassess. I mean, I could keep the 4 for like numbers, then I won't be using the 1 cracks at all. So maybe I should keep the 4 and get rid of the 8 crack instead. Maybe I will. Just in case. Let's see. I could try it. All right, I got a red. Of course, I don't necessarily need it unless, this is why it's good to know that card, unless I get 2s and I can keep, and some flowers, and can keep track of the very last consecutive run concealed hand, or I get 2 cracks and I can do the 3rd hand down. Possibility. This is really a toughie. All right, I'm not keeping the 9, and I'll get rid of the 6. And let me think here. 1. I'd really like to use those dragons. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm going to probably get rid of the 5 bam. Yeah, I mean, I could keep it for hands. I could see a lot. Oh yeah, well, I know, Shirley, I saw the 4 plus 4 equals 8 for sure, but I have these reds now and I don't have any flowers right now. I was thinking, a lot of people love those addition hands. I think I don't love them. Having 4 kongs, so much harder to make than things with pungs and kongs, because you need to get the natural tiles, and if you don't get them, you need jokers to fill in. So I don't know. Oh well, we can't all play everything, right? Okay, nothing else came in here, but I have to continue. So let's see what we might want to do. If there's anything else that I would keep here
In Charleston.
for the heck of it. I know I'm going to get rid of this. 1. I could even do 1. Where is it? 1, 3, 5 with the dragons if I get 3 cracks. I do have a lot of good options here. I just don't have. I think I'm going to get rid of the 4. I don't think I'm going to be doing like numbers, but let's see what happens. Oh, I got another red. Ooh, geez. All right, let's put that up. I got a 1 crack. I got rid of the other. Oh my goodness. All right, so 1, 3. Okay. The 3rd hand down could definitely work out if I get some 2 cracks. And I need jokers. 1, what else could we do? I mean, I did get rid of that other tile for that run. Okay, well, I can't keep everything. I guess I'm just going to do the best I can. What am I going to do here? I'm still hanging on to this baby. Now, I haven't received any 2s, but if I got 2s, let's see, could I possibly switch out into the third hand of 2023? Maybe I need to keep that. Okay, so 2023 is another potential. So I think based on that, I'm going with this. You think there's a lot of options? Yeah, there's lots of options. Okay, look at this. Do I need that? I don't. But I need 1 if I did get 2s. So I'm going to go with this, and one of these. That way, that third hand down under 2023 is still potentially a hand. I don't know. Oh, and Shirley said 2023 reds and soaps. Yeah. I just need to get more of the dragons.
Policy pass.
Yuck. Nothing. But we're going to have some good picks during the game. You watch. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. And I think I ended up, based on what I must have passed something in that concealed run that I wanted to keep track of, but oh well. I got that back again, which means that it's probably not being used, especially since I got it toward the end. These toward the end, which means they're probably a little bit safer than not. So we could keep those for a while. Okay, let's ignore.
So,
I would have liked that. There's a soap.
$4.
We'll have to keep track of what goes out. All right, I'll escalate the wins because you never can be guaranteed that nobody's playing them. I found that out a couple times.
More. 4 bam. 8 bam.
And we'll just keep watching. There's another 3 bam, which means that those 3s are probably extremely safe. And when you have really safe tiles, it's really great to hold on to some for when it gets tougher later, if you can. It's nice to have some of these safety tiles. All right, we got a flower. I'll take it.
5 bam. 1 dot.
And a 1 dot, which I don't think I'm going to be using at all. There's 1 out already, so I'll go ahead and pick the one that's freshest, which is the 9 crack. Anybody who joined late, I like to get the freshest tiles out first because people aren't set to call things early on. And if they are set, I'd rather them call it early, expose part of their hand so I can see what's going on with them, than holding something that might give them mahjong later.
3 crack.
There's that
3.
3 crack. Oh, there's 1
7
more dragon that I would have liked. All right, we are going to get rid of this.
6 crack. Dot. 6 crack. 6 dots.
All right, so looking at what's on the board, 7 bam could go out. There's none out.
7
Get
bam.
it out.
6 crack. 8 dots. Call. 7 bam.
We have an exposure, 1 Kong of 8 dots. Can't tell what he's doing with that.
6 bam. 8 crack. East. North. 8 crack. 4 bam.
Oh, okay. That's not bad. I like that. All right, so I'll get rid of the 1 dot.
1 dot. 3 dots.
All right, so we're looking at probably, if I had to guess, the hands. Line 3 for 2023, I'm going to keep track of. Of course, again, I need those 2s. we still could potentially be doing, of course, I didn't keep any winds to even be thinking about north and south or east and west. That wasn't even in my brain early on, in any way, shape, or form. If I had known I was going to get all those reds, I might have collected all those winds. But nonetheless, third hand under 2022, and still potentially the third hand down under a consecutive run with 2 cracks. Haven't seen any of those babies yet.
8 cards, 4 down. East,
Just get rid of the winds. I don't think anybody's playing them, but all right, so there's a 3 dot.
1 dot.
Don't need that. All right, there's another flower. Okay, so looks like the 4 and 5 can go. They didn't come into play or work out for me at all. And when you don't see any of them, you have to assume somebody else is probably needing them, which is a good reason to get rid of them early. And I don't see 4 cracks out, and I don't see 5 cracks out. That means I need to get them out because we're in the first phase of the game. We're in the begin game, first 33 tiles, and we're going to go ahead and get that out.
Green,
There's another one of the dragons.
green,
Another dragon. Yikes. All right, we'll go ahead and get the, since there's 2 7BMs out, I'm going to get the 5 crack out.
5 dot. 5 dot.
Wow, nobody called that either.
1 dot.
All right, there's a 1 crack. I'll get the 7 out. And the 3BM, again, we talked about that one probably being safe as well, because 1 went out and I have 2. So either the 7 or that, the 3 dot could be needed, but I want to give myself an opportunity of getting dots or BMs if I'm going to possibly do the 2023 hand.
Down. Flower.
Okay, so I don't have any jokers as far as calling it for the 2023. If I were going to commit, which probably would not happen, the safer hand will be the 3rd hand down under consecutive run, and I'm missing 2s. All right, we have 2 jokers there. Oh my goodness, we're going to talk about that if nobody takes them when we get around to me. Oh, Lord. Let me see. 1, 3, 5. I don't know if I threw that or someone else threw that 5 crap. Okay. So I've got 2 flowers and there's 2 jokers in the flowers. If I call that, I kind of shoot myself in the foot for the 1, 1, 3, 5 dragons, but somebody else is going to grab them. So what in the world do I do? Oh my God. Son of a gun. Phyllis, what would you do with those flowers? Okay, my advanced YouTube watchers, would you exchange those jokers or keep your pair of jokers intact? I'm going to sit and wait for a minute. I need to decompress. I don't see anybody writing anything in chat. Three, 6, 9, line 4. No. We don't have any right now, 6s and 9s. 1, 3, 5, line 4 under 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 is possibility. I hope I
You just have such a bad hand. I don't know.
Oh, thanks,
Where to
Phyllis,
go.
thanks for the vote of confidence here. Well,
Right,
what would you be apt to do? Jane says keep the flowers, which makes sense. I just hate the fact that somebody's going to grab them. Oh,
Because, well, only one went out, the very first tile that went out. Otherwise, nobody's been throwing them.
exactly.
Usually they go out
All
at
right.
the very beginning.
I'm going to keep them. I'm going to keep them. All right. So I'm going to get rid of the 3 BAM. And that still leaves me the opportunity to get 2 dots in twos in BAMs or dots. Oh, to get 2s in BAMs or dots, I should say. All right, here we go.
3 BAM, 2 BAM,
It's a ugly, ugly, ugly. There's 1, 2 BAM. Goodbye, one of them.
Joker swap, 1 BAM,
Of course, they ate it up. That's not even fair.
big
It
swap,
shouldn't even be allowed. Ooh, a 2 crack. All right. That's a possibility right there. 1s and 2s. I could call the red if it goes out. And now I have a 2 crack. And if I got one more 2 crack, then I could do the 2 0 2 3 third line down. So I think this is the way I got to go. I don't think the 1 3 5 is going to make sense. So I think as far as right now, I think the 3 crack first. Hopefully I'm not making a mistake, but I think this is the one I'll go with.
3 crack, 3 crack,
Yeah, that helps me reassure me I made the right choice. All right, so I have to either, at this point, we're at 46 tiles left. That means we're in the thick of the second phase of the game, the second third, the middle game. And we will be in the middle of the game until it gets down to 33 tiles.
All right, now I would call this because I
I
would
don't need jokers, right?
play with 1s and 2s with reds, and you have the 2 flowers.
Exactly, exactly. And I don't have to worry about singles.
You can call the red.
And I can call the red. Yes, I agree. Phyllis, we agree. Okay, so if I had called the flowers, I wouldn't have been able to do this. So this is definitely a good decision. And, you know, in all honesty, I could call the reds. I need 2 good picks, a natural 2, a joker. I'll take 2 jokers and I'll be set to call anything.
4 dots, 3 BAM,
Let's see what tiles we need to watch out for. And of course, it's still early. I won't be thinking much, but I want to throw the tile that is not out there. And I see 1 4 crack here. It still could be, since there's only 1 out, I think I'll do that first, and then maybe we'll get a little joker bait with the soaps, but who knows? Let's do this first.
4 dots,
See, it's the strategy proof happens over and over again, right? You could tell there's 1 4 crack out, easy on the computer when you could see when it went out. In person, you wouldn't know, they'd be scattered all over. But still, it's pretty, you know, a lot of things are very telling. I'm glad that I got it out early rather than holding it and then giving Annie Mah Jongg.
middle,
Oh, all right. So I'm feeling like I need to escalate these, and I'm hoping that Amistad is playing the 8, an 8, 9 or 7, 8 with the soaps and calls it. What else could he be playing with soaps? Nothing. All right, well, let's see.
7, 5,
No, it was a nice thought.
green, east,
I'll still escalate this. Let me just see. Well, unless the one bam is, here's one. Are there any other one bams out? Oh, maybe the one bam has to go. I don't see any others, but right here. He could be playing 1, 2, 3, 4 in 2 suits. Kurt, have no clue. We got to get it out.
1 bam, 7,
Oh,
7, 5,
all right. So I kind of feel good about these 2 tiles that I have left, that I've set myself up with some safety tiles, safety net tiles. And I don't need that. All right, 9 bam. Sounds like it's fresh to me. Wow. Okay, so yeah, Amistad could be playing a mixed suit run, possibly. Kurt, again, I have no clue, but we're gonna get it out.
9 bam, 6,
Ah, there you go.
2 bam,
A lot can be told from these tiles.
2 card,
Oh my goodness, I need it. Uh, 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 2, 6, 8, 6, 8. 5, 6, bam, 7, 8 dots. I think that's all he could be playing. As far as I can see. Yeah. So 5 bam, 6 bam, 7 dots. All right, watch. I'll get the hot tile now. We're in the end game here. 2 dots. What about 2 dots? None out. That's a hot tile. Annie, 2, 3, 4, mixed suit. All right, I got to get it out if I want a chance of winning. I don't want to break my hand up yet. 6 bam, 8 dot, 7 cracks. 6 bam, 8 dot, 7. Oh, the mixed suit too. 6 bam. Yep, Carol said 6, 7, 8 for Amistad too. 6, 7 crack. Here's 1 7 crack. 2 7 cracks. All right, we'll see. All right, I got to get this out.
2 dots, 8,
Ooh.
2 card,
Oh, oh my goodness. Is that the second one out?
Yeah,
Oh,
5 dots, card,
hurts, hurts. All right, well, who called? Oh, okay. 5, 6 in dots. No, wait a minute. 3, 4, 2, wait a minute. 2, 3, 4, 5. No. 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that Shirley was saying, she was talking about Kurt's, not Annie's. Okay. 3 crack, 4 crack, 5 dot, 6 dot. Oh, goodness.
east,
Another 2 dot. What do you know?
2 dots, 2 bam, 1 bam, 7 dots.
I just need, oh, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's what he was playing. Okay. I knew he was close, but wow. And then 3, 4, 5, 6. And like numbers for Kurt. Well, everybody was really, really well set. I was the furthest one away, but still a very ugly, ugly hand came looking a lot better.
Oh, definitely.
Ah, yikers. All right.
First Charleston.
Look at the jokers. What's going on with my jokers? Ah, crazy. Oh, well, I do have to say that I have a hand that's been dealt to me right here.
All right.
Okay, you see that, guys?
Yeah.
Third hand down under 2023. If you know the card and learn the card, you'll see these hands popping right out at you immediately. Now, what else will I keep? Let's see if there's anything else that would be really good to keep. It's really unfortunate because that's like the hand. No gaps either. Whew, all right. I don't even, I mean, I could keep the north and just for the heck of it, see if I get some of those wins in that work with the fourth hand or maybe the sixth hand. It's weak, but because this is so pretty here, I might as well just go ahead and split things up here and break it up. I think I'll do the 4 and the 6. All right, 3, 6, 9, opposite dragons, Carol said. Yeah, possibly. Whoa, possibly. But we'll see. All right, let's do this. Of course, what do I do but get this? But if I'm keeping track of the 2023 section, I'm not going to just discount the fact that I could get other tiles in toward other lines there. So I'm going to do this, this, and I'm going to abandon the idea of any wins. All right, I got another dragon. That's kind of nice. I still don't have to make any breakdowns of decisions yet. I can get rid of this, this, and this. I know I got the 9 in for 3, 6, 9 opposite dragons, but with all those pairs, man, I think I'd rather not even consider it. Nothing, but I'm continuing. No stopping because I got 3 tiles to pass.
Second Charleston.
That's a pretty pass right there, by the way. But I'm doing it because, all right, I got a 3 in. You know, it's not quite the way I would want it right there, but still, I'll keep collecting things. Maybe I should have kept the wind for that bottom concealed hand.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Well, why didn't you say anything?
Well, because I was choking. I had to get
Choking on it, right?
Some water.
Yeah. I hear you. I hear you. Okay. So I'm going to do this. All right. Still collecting kind of 2023. That one win came in, 1, and I'm on the second right. I mean, on the last right. So, which is the second right. So I can do 2 so far and still got a lot of options here. With all the jokers, I just might win. Phyllis is laughing. I'll do 2. Get a win. No. Wonder if somebody else has them. Oh, there's a soap. I'm certainly can't call it number 1 because I need 4 if I were going to do line 1, and I don't have any jokers, so we got to say no anyway. All right, there's that. I mean, 2s and 3s and 2s. I'm not going to even think about this bottom hand now that I have the 2 flowers. All right, so we are looking at one of the 2023 hands, and even if I were going to go with a different line, I can't call that like line 2 because I need the 2, 0, 2, 3 in the BAMs. So chances are that BAM is not going to work out for me, and I'm probably not going to change. I think I'm going to end up being, using either the soaps or the reds or something in that hand. So I can't call it anyway. Oh, what my tiles. Goodbye. There's a red. Too early. I can't call. Don't have the tiles. All righty. So again, I'll keep watching and get out new tiles that I don't need.
1 band. 9 band.
I'll take a joker, please. There's a 9 crack on the table, so I'll go ahead with the 1 crack.
5 crack. 7 dots. 1 dot.
Ooh. Ooh. I wonder if I should keep 2, 3, 4 and think about 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, the concealed consecutive run hand, which is just popped out at me because of what I've just picked. I don't know. I could get rid of other tiles and keep an eye on it.
9 band.
All right. 6 is fresh.
6 top. Left. 8 band. East.
2. We might want to keep it if we were doing the first hand, but I'd have to give up. I need jokers, number 1, and it would look like this. It would look like that. Oops. I'd have to give up flowers, which sometimes work out to an advantage if somebody calls one and puts up a joker. We saw that in action. All right, so I still have tiles to get rid of without having to make a decision. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the 4 crack.
4 top. 1 band. 4 top. 4 dots.
I don't need that.
1 crack. 5 band. 4
Well, my 1 through 5 or 2, 1 through 4 or 2 through 5 concealed consecutive run hand is dwindling as well. There's a 7 dot out and probably not going to do that hand. So this one I think is not out, so I think I should escalate the 4 band.
4 band. 9 crack. North. 6 dots. East. 5 band. 2 crack. 5 band.
All right, keep that. Okay, so my things are changing right now. I could call the 2 dot and the 2 bam if I were to switch to the first hand, whereas the third hand, there is nothing except for the soap that I could call, but I need 1 soap for the singles for the 2, 0, 2, 3.
7 dots.
So
6 dots. 3
who
dots.
knows? Could be that first hand.
1 dot.
Give me one joker and I'll be kind of happy. All right, here we go. What do? I'm kind of thinking I should do, we're now at 55 tiles. We're in the middle game. And like in the middle of the middle game, actually. And I kind of think that this is the way I should go. I'm thinking this might be the best option. Phyllis, what do you think?
Yes, I agree. Yes. Except you don't need your flowers.
Exactly, but I'm hoping if I put them up, and
Right.
somebody will put it up and I get one joker, or somebody throws another flower, puts it up with two jokers, like that happened before. Wouldn't that be great? So I think I'm going to call it.
Sure would. Yeah, I would.
And that would be a pung. Always check and make sure you're calling the right thing. And now I can get rid of a red or a green. Let's see, the red went out, the green has not. So for me, I would escalate the green as being my option. Since none have gone out, somebody's using them. I'd rather them call it now. Okay, so Shirley had said line 2 with the 2023 and the Kongs. That could have been a possibility too.
Green.
All right, so somebody, yeah, that could have been a possibility too, for sure.
6 band. 9 band. 7.
Ooh, I like that. All right, so we need that for here or here. We don't know which one yet. And I'm gonna do the flower if I'm gonna hold it for a little bit.
Red. 1 crack. South.
Was there any 3s out? Yeah, there's 3s out too.
East.
Give me one more flower. I don't need it. Okay, so I'm going to start getting rid of them, but I'll do the 3 first.
3 crack. North. 1 crack. 9 crack.
Look at that. All right, so now I could call the 2. I could call the soap. I can call the 3. Why doesn't that go over there sometimes? I don't know. And here we go. Somebody's going to put up flowers with jokers. I'm going to get all the jokers in Maj. Wouldn't that be cool?
Flower. Call.
Oh,
8 dots.
1 joker. Oh, and it's over here, which means I have to wait around to see if somebody doesn't grab it.
Joker slot.
Ah,
3.
darn. That was so close. Oh, wow. All right. Well, I might as well do one more flower. Maybe somebody else needs them as well. There's 4, 5. And now that means that if somebody needs them for a pair, even if they don't call them, I need to get them out. Oh, 5 cracks. That's a hot one too, because there's only 1 out early. So let's do this. Call.
1 band.
Bummer.
5 dots. 6 dots.
All right, I'll get this out anyway, because I do not want to take any chances.
Flower. 3 crack. 4 band. 4 crack.
Which one is hotter? And I need to get out immediately. All right, 4 dot, only 1 is out. 4 bam. 1 went out recently, so the 4 dot is more, needs to be escalated more than the 4 bam. And the 5 crack, let's see. 5 crack. Oh, no 5 cracks, a 1 here. Okay, so which one went out earlier? The 4 dot, the 5 crack. 5 crack is the hottest of the tiles right now. In the computer world, it's so much easier to see this, so.
5 crack. 3 dots. 8 band. 4 band.
All right, so there's another 4 bam.
West. 1 dot,
That means the 4 dot goes next,
north,
unless the 6th crack is hotter. So there's 1 6th crack. And that's the only one out. Are you kidding? Holy moly. So that one's actually the most, that one needs to go out. Unless I'm missing it. I don't think so.
6 crack, 6 crack,
Oh,
2 dots,
we'll call that baby for a pung.
call,
And I'll get out the 4 dot.
4 dots, MahjCon,
Oh.
Oh, geez. I was in a really good position to call everything, every single thing. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice. Amistad flowers with like numbers. And 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, line 2. He was far away. Didn't have to worry about anybody except for Annie. Beat me to it. Golly. That was crazy. All right. Well, 3 games. I lost 3 games, but that's okay. Because I hope I helped you see how these hands are formed, how you build them, how you switch out. We talked about a lot of strategy. Let me get off of, we had a lot of good strategy that came into play. I gave it a good try.
Sure did.
I hope you guys had fun though watching. And for those of you that came in a little bit late, if you try out I Love Maj, I'll have the in the video description. Once this is up on YouTube, you'll be able to click on the link there and try it out for 3 weeks. It's a great, great platform to build your skills, learn their exercise room. I know several people came in late. The exercise rooms are wonderful. Learning the card is seriously, once you know the game and you know the rules, learning the card is going to get you to another entire level. And, if you're a newer player and you don't know your card and you get hands like I got today with no jokers and just like one of every tile and trying to figure it all out, it makes it a lot more challenging and it could be very, very frustrating. Yeah, and Shirley said, how can you even have a clue of what Annie was playing when there were no exposures? Do people keep track? That's like another whole level, but you can, based on the exposure, based on what's in your hand and based on the exposures, you could get an idea of what tiles are being played. And again, it's another whole thing to think about. It's fun to do. There are a lot of opportunities that I'm able to do it when I'm playing and guess. We did a lot of that guessing. And sometimes, you're right on with what you're thinking somebody might be playing. But again, it's another whole level. But this is all, it's all good. It's all fun. Well, thanks for joining me today. And it was a nice crowd. So I think we'll continue and try to do this on Sundays. I think I know there might be a couple of Sundays I had prior commitments, but I think pretty much I'll be able to do this on Sundays. So I hope you'll join me again and you'll see. If you watch previous videos, I win once in a while, right, Phyllis?
Yeah, but what's going to happen when football season starts? That's where I am on Sundays. So I work at the Moose on Sunday.
Well, you'll come on Wednesday night, right?
Oh yeah, I'll still be here Wednesday night.
Yeah. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you, Linda. Thank you guys for watching from YouTube.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much. And I hope you join me again Sundays or Wednesday nights. It's a lot of fun and I enjoyed it. Look forward to seeing you all again. And please, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please head over there and subscribe to support me. Check out all the other great resources there. If you know somebody who wants to learn Mahjong, I have that 14 video series beginner class, and it's really quite detailed and very easy to follow. So until next time, play a lot of Mahjong and practice, practice, practice. Good day.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
y'all. Bye-bye.
Thank you.